This video covers how to submit an invoice in the City of Chattanooga Supplier Portal. After logging into the portal and migrating to this dashboard, you want to come down to Invoices and Payments to create invoice. And a blank screen where blank invoice will show. In identifying PO, you want to put in your purchase order number, or a PUR number as we call it. If you have several of them, you can click on the drop down and search. When you do that, the rest of this information in the left hand column will be completed by the program. It will supply your taxpayer ID, the address you have set up as your payment address. We do not use tax registration, and customer taxpayer ID will automatically fill in. It will be the City of Chattanooga's. Then you will go to the center column. Currently it's grayed out for our dummy or test supplier because they are set up for check. But if you were set up for ACH, you would be able to click this down button and choose your bank account number. The city does not use unique remittance identifier or check digit. In the description, please put a description of what you are trying to invoice for. And then you are required to upload a copy of the invoice from your system. So to do that, you want to click on this plus sign next to attachments. A new dialog box will open, and you want to click on Choose File, which will take you to your computer directory screen where you can choose your copy of the invoice. After you've completed that, you want to come over to the right-hand column and put in the invoice number that is on your invoice. Remember, your invoice must have a distinct number and also have the purchase order number on the document. So let's say, for example, your invoice number is INV 2565. You need to put INV 2565 because the AP team will be looking to verify between your document and the information you put in here for number. And the date will be the date that you're creating this invoice. When you've completed all three top columns, you want to click Save. And what that does is activate the purchase order so you can pull in the lines from the purchase order. And what will happen when Save is clicked, the identifying PO will gray out. Then you want to come down to Lines. If you look at the ribbon, you've got View, a plus, an X, and then you've got this little square with a tiny plus. And you can see it says Select and Add. You want to click on it, and what it will do is open a new dialog box that will show all the lines that are on your purchase order. It could be just one, or it could be several. In the dialog box, you're going to click on the first line that you want to invoice against, and it will highlight in blue. Then into the bottom right of the dialog box, you're going to click on Apply. When you click on Apply, it's going to add that line down here. If you are invoicing multiple lines, after you click Apply, you just highlight the next line and then click Apply until you're finished and all your lines are showing down below this box, this ribbon. As you look across it, all the information will be filled in. Depending on the type of invoice you have, if it's a goods, it could be available quantity is always what is on your authorized on your purchase order, or if you have invoiced prior to this, the amount left on your purchase order. The software will automatically fill in the quantity that's still left on the purchase order. So if available quantity said 10 widgets, it would show 10 widgets over here. But if you're only invoicing for 5 widgets, you would delete the 10 and put in the 5. And then if you click out here in the white section, you will see the amount total and total down at the bottom. Now let's say that your purchase order is based on a total dollar amount where you're providing services as requested over a period of time. And so you might be authorized for $150,000, but you're only invoicing for $10,000. In this case, you would not be able to update the quantity. You would come over here to amount, and that $125,000 would be showing, and you would delete it and put in the amount that you're invoicing for. And again, you would click on the white to update all the amounts. When you've completed that, what you're going to do is come up here and click Submit. And it will submit your invoice for you and give you a message that you have successfully submitted your invoice. But let's say you submit it and you figure out there's something I need to change. Once it's been submitted, you have to reach out to accounts payable to help you with deleting or canceling that invoice. If you have not submitted it, let's say you did save and close, and then you come back and you did not submit it, then you can come to Invoice Actions, and you can click Cancel Invoice to cancel it from inside the portal. The next thing I want to show you is View Invoices. You can find out the status of your invoice. You're going to click on the little down arrow box and choose your company name and then do search. And this is an old invoice that's been in the system. You can see under the status it says canceled. So when you look at invoice status, approved means it's approved for payment, canceled. In process means you just submitted it, but it hasn't started the review process. Incomplete means you created it and saved it, but you did not submit it. And on hold generally means that there's something holding up that invoice for payment. A lot of times it'll be the department has not received against it. Or there may be other reasons. Anytime it's on hold, you need to reach out to accounts payable at chattanooga.gov to help you figure out why it's on hold and what needs to be done to get it processing for payment. The next thing I would like to show you is View Payments. View Payments and View Invoices cross-reference each other. So again, you're going to come to Supplier and click on it and click Search. And there's none in for dummy supplier, but what's going to happen is your payment numbers will show up, the date you were paid, the payment type against the invoice, payment amount and status, and if you're on ACH payment, the bank account it was paid to. So both of them cross-reference and can provide you a lot of money, a lot of information. Hello. In this video for the City of Chattanooga Supplier Portal System, we're going to go over creating an invoice. So after logging in and navigating to this dashboard, you want to click on Create Invoice. In the left-hand column, you want to input your PUR purchase order number. If you have several of them, then you can click on this down arrow and bring up a list and choose the correct purchase order number. The rest of the information is going to be filled in. Your company name, your company taxpayer ID, the payment site that you specified in your record. We do not use tax registration, and the customer taxpayer ID will be input, which is the City of Chattanooga's taxpayer ID. When you complete the left column, you will come over to the center column. As you can see right now in our test supplier, is grayed out because they are set up for check. If you are set up for ACH payment, then you would be able to click on this down arrow and select your bank account number. The city does not use unique remittance identifier or check digit. In the description box, please put a description of what you are invoicing for. Next, we need you to upload a copy of the invoice from your system. Make sure that that copy includes not only a unique invoice number, but also the matching purchase order number that you are referencing in the identifying PO. You click on the little plus sign next to attachments, and it will bring up a new dialog box. And here you would click on Choose File, in which the system would take you to your computer's directory to choose and upload your document. When the document's fully uploaded, you want to click OK. In the right-hand column, you're going to put in the invoice number exactly as it is shown on your invoice that you have uploaded, and then you're going to click on and use Select Today's Date. When you have finished updating all three columns, you want to click on Save. What this does is it activates the PO so you can pull in the lines from the purchase order. And you will notice that over here where this is an open box now, it will actually gray out. So then you want to come down to lines and see where it says View. There's a plus and X, and look at the gray square with the tiny plus sign. And as I hover over it, it says Select and Add. This is where you want to select and add the lines from your purchase order. When you click on this icon, another dialog box will pop up. In that dialog box, you will see the lines from your purchase order. It may be one line or several, depending on what the city is buying from you. And what you do is click on that line and highlight it in blue. And to the bottom right of the dialog box is a button labeled Apply. Every time that you select a line and apply, it's going to show up. Right now, there's no data to display. It will show up here for you to come in and enter the quantity. When you're finished, you just click OK on the bottom right of the dialog box. It will disappear, and you will have all your lines from your purchase order. Now, depending upon the type of purchase order and what we're buying from you, it could be quantity-based or it could be amount-based. If it's quantity-based, it's going to show the available quantity authorized on your purchase order if this is the first invoice that you are submitting. If it's like a second or third invoice and you've already submitted against it, the quantity remaining will show here, and the computer system will automatically put that amount in quantity. So let's say, for example, you're authorized for 10 widgets and you're invoicing us for 5 widgets. you would delete the 10 and put in the